dress van, Smalls. Listen. Listen to me. Oh yeah.
The sex, I'm similar to the thriller in Manila. Honeys call me bigger, the condom filler. Whether it's stiff tongue or stiff dick, Biggie squeeze it to make shit fit. Now check this shit, I got the pack of Rough Riders in the back of the Pathfinder. You know the epilogue by James Todd Smith. I get swift with the lyrical gift. Hit you with the dick, make the kidney shift. Here we go, but I'm not domino. I got the funk flow to make your drawers drop slow. So recognize the dick size in these Carcanine jeans. I wear 13s, know what I mean? I fuck around and hit you with the Hennessy dick. Mess around and go blind, don't get to see shit. The next batter, here to shatter your blatter, it doesn't matter. Skinny or fat or light skinned or black, baby, I drop these. Beneath with my knees, screaming, I poppy. I love it when they call me Big Pop, but I only smoke blunts if they roll prop. But look, I got ya caught up with the drunk flow. Fuck taekwondo, I told a fofo. For niggas getting mad cause they bitch chose me. A big black motherfucker with G. You see, all I do is separate the game from the truth. Big bang boots from the Bronx to Bolivia. Getting physical like Olivia Newt. Tricks up my click dick all day with no trivia. So give me a bankroll and a bag of weed. I'm guaranteed to fuck her till her nose bleed. Even if the new man's a certified Mac, you get that H down in ya. You want that old thing back?
B-I-double-T-I-E with some new R-U-L-E. Notorious, known for busting in your E-Y-E. Baby, baby, bitches know they love to hate me. I come, you come, we're coming back, so maybe how close we came to coming together is crazy. How come you and your sis make similar faces? When y'all coming, y'all be crying like I'm killing y'all bitches. I know there's a bigger picture than the camera rolling. Cause I don't think y'all be knowing how this shit's unfolding. Back shots to the rear, got the Mac unloading. Gotta reload like every so often. Saying I got my swagger back, I'm looking like bitch, my swagger never left. Don't be so hard pressed to be impressed by these new rappers. They actors and the fact is, you want that old thing back.
Like Scarface and Bushwick, Willie D, having nightmares, the girl's killing me. She mad because what we had didn't last. I'm glad because her cousin let me hit the ass. Fuck the past, let's dwell on the 500 SL, the E and J and ginger ale. The way my pockets swell to the rim with Benjamins. Another hund's in the crib, please send her in. I fuck non-stop, lick my lips a lot. Used to lick the clips a lot, but licking clips had to stop. Cause y'all don't know how to act when the tongue go down below. Peep the funk flow, really though. I got the cleanest, meanest penis. You never seen this, stroke of genius. So take off your Tim boots and your bodysuit. I mean the spandex and hit my man next. Sex get rougher when they come to the nut buster. Pussy crusher, black nasty motherfucker. I don't chase them, I replace them. And if I'm caressing them, I'm undressing them. Fuck what you heard, who's the best in New York? Fulfilling fantasies without that nigga Mr. Raw. Or tattoo, I got you wrapped around my dick. And when I'm done, I got the split shit.
What's up, everyone? Happy Monday. I don't think I streamed last week. A lot of that's just because not a lot of major stuff has happened, especially in the crypto space. Stocks moved nicely, but other than that, nothing's really been happening. Been extremely boring. So, as much as I'd love to talk about the same thing all the time, just took advantage of going outside. But what's up, Yeser? How you doing, man? Not a ton of people today. No worries. Market's been dead, man. I'm not expecting 400 people to show up when we're not really doing a whole lot. Probably be a pretty quick day, just because, guys, there's just not much to talk about. I did want to talk about the Bitcoin daily because I that inverted head and shoulders is starting to look a little awkward. But really using today just to kind of update on all of our weekly charts. So S&P really solid here. Really solid move up. Obviously, new all-time highs. Great brand. I actually have a weird opinion that we come back down to this range and range longer and then move higher. I don't look. The goal is higher, right? Always going to go higher, but I almost wonder if it turns into a bigger range. Like this isn't the breakout. It'll like oftentimes you'll see like a breakout that comes back down, and then the real breakout happens later. It's the classic bull trap, fake breakout. And I'm not saying this is a fake breakout, but it wouldn't shock me if something like this happened. Guys, we're still up. We were up 21%. Now we're up 20, almost 24% since March. That's pretty insane. The stock market 100-year average is like 10% per year. So we're significantly over that, almost triple over that. So wouldn't shock me if we consolidated and then come to like the end of the year, we start pushing higher. I mean, obviously the goal is higher. I really don't see a reason for the market to crash. I don't really see anything that looks dangerous. Like the VIX is still going back down. I really don't have any problems with what's going on at all with the S&P. I did want to look at SpaceX. Guys, this is still pretty much following the plan. We had something like this drawn for weeks. Really, the plan was like something, and again, not exactly this, but something like this, right? Where we get a big relief bounce. We're starting to get it now. We dropped 54% from all-time highs. We're going to get a bounce. It makes sense. How high does that bounce go? I have no idea. I think we're up like close to 20 something percent, almost 30, yeah, like 30 to 31%. Pretty good bounce. But no, I don't think this thing is just going to do this. I think it's going to come back down, consolidate for a while, and then start its move up. It's usually how things work. So yes, I'm still waiting for under 100, and I'll even put a line here just so you guys know that exact price point. Just leave it there. So yeah, under 100, I'll look to buy some SpaceX. Otherwise, I'm not interested at all. What's up, Peter? How you doing? So we talked about the S&P, the VIX. Again, not a lot has changed. Let's look at the dollar. This one is interesting, guys. We do have a final change in chart. So the last couple weeks, we talked about this possible inverted head and shoulders. To confirm the pattern, we needed to see a breakout over 101.5. We did not get that. We almost got it twice, right? We were gearing up, shot down last week as the S&P 500 went up, and now we're going back down. So we can officially say that this is a failed reversal and that this is going to continue to consolidate. And why does that matter? Because the DXY going down or sideways means the S&P 500 and Bitcoin should continue to go higher. This is very, very good for the rest of the market. So something we did want to see, how is Bitcoin going to immediately react? I have no idea. I mean, Bitcoin's still in a bear market. So, as much as we want to say that could change, it probably won't for a couple of months, I'd imagine. But we'll leave this here. So we're just kind of ranging. We had a big drawdown or big downtrend. Ranging should go lower unless we form another reversal. But we can officially say that this inverted head and shoulders completely failed. And that's really the biggest takeaway of today, other than when we get to Bitcoin. A couple other things, guys. If you're new to the live stream, We are anticipating one more high on tether dominance and one more low with Bitcoin. Does that mean it's going to happen? I don't know. We're anticipating it. If it happens, we'll buy more. If it doesn't happen, then we're positioned well to remain where we are. But we do know that the dollar is still looking bearish, which is good for the S&P and Bitcoin and really the rest of crypto. So, amongst most macro indications, we now have another macro bullish indication with the dollar, right? So for everyone that is still remaining heavily bearish, you might want to start looking at the bigger picture because the bigger picture is leaning heavily bullish or starting to. And you're already starting to see those kind of reversals playing out with tether dominance, or at least seeing the lack of strength, right? We've talked about all this, guys. If you need to go back in a previous live stream, do it. I go into detail on a lot of this stuff, but all of our signs are here: momentum, divergences. We have a lack of volume. We're starting to see like these weaker peaks where we just kind of peak, drop, make another peak and drop, and everything's starting to look stagnant. It's not like a clean uptrend, sideways, strong uptrend. It's down, then barely up, then back down, then barely up. That's usually how you see that exhaustion play out. So, tether dominance still remaining, or at least looking like it's exhausting on the bullish side, should flip bearish soon. With Bitcoin, we have obviously the inversion of this. We're starting to see bullish divergences on the weekly. We're starting to see momentum change on the monthly and some of these higher time frame indications. So we're actually 45 weeks in now. Seriously. We're 45 of supposedly 52 weeks, right, of our kind of bear market here. I'm going to expand this another week out. That means we have 7 weeks left until the bear market has technically bottomed. You guys see that has been a consistent trend. It's been 56, 52, 52, should be between 52 and 56. But, you're a 4-year cycle believer. You're getting close to the bottom. Very, very, very close. Not to mention, you start talking about all of the monthly indications like RSI. I don't know why there we go. Like RSI, right? That's been consistent with every bottom. You have MACD that's been consistently bottoming, or at least hitting that kind of like threshold line right in the middle, right? With every single bottom. So we're getting close. We're getting close. I think what's going to happen is the next 7 weeks are going to be extremely boring. And this kind of sucks because now I'm going to start talking about Bitcoin, right? And this is what sucks is we're looking at this inverted head and shoulders. I actually don't think that this plays out. I think that we come back down and just range here and make everyone so unbelievably bored that they forget about Bitcoin. They start buying SpaceX, or they buy the S&P 500, or they start looking at altcoins. And then all of a sudden, just like in 2022, boom, right? It just happens out of nowhere, right? We have this huge range that is extremely boring that, a lot of people inverted head and shoulders, played out a little bit, shot back down, right? We're still kind of in that range. And then boom, double bottom, and we just rip and never turn back, right? Yes, you have downward moves that retest areas that were once resistance into support, but we never revisit those lows ever again. I am on the page that happens again. I don't know if we're going to put in another low. I'm hoping we do. I think we will. We are running out of time, technically, if we're going off of the weekly schedule that we just talked about. So, I'm going to talk about the inverted head and shoulders. Guys, I think it's failing, personally. I think and I tried to tweet about this morning. You have this right shoulder here, right? Left shoulder, head, right shoulder. I've got it in a box. We're failing to break out here. We're failing to get up 65K. We're failing to get above 67K. Now it's starting to look like just sideways consolidation. And the best comparison that we have to this is if you go to our dollar, which again wasn't the strongest looking inverted head and shoulders by any means. It's there somewhat, right? It was looking okay. And actually, this could come back down and make a shoulder here, that would actually make it more. This would actually make it a bit more symmetrical, which could happen. And that's another can of worms to open. But this, there is a chance we come back down to here and the shoulder actually forms here. It'd look a little awkward to me. So that's our other option. Maybe the shoulder hasn't formed yet and we need to come back down to 60K, which I'd appreciate that. So, okay, we'll say it this way. There are two options. One, our inverted head and shoulders just failed, right? Fully failed. It's not going to play out. Or we go back down to 60K, make that right shoulder equal to our left shoulder over here, which generally speaking for an inverted head and shoulders, you want to see symmetry right between the shoulders. So yeah, these are diagonal. I'm not necessarily a fan of that. But there's still a chance we could come down and make that shoulder. As of now, if we don't make this shoulder, this has failed and we're likely going to range, maybe go lower. Again, that's all up to question. I don't like, here's the thing, guys, we could just range here. There's nothing that says we have to go lower and there's nothing that says we have to go higher right now. We're still in a bear market. But this, my gut's telling me this is at least going to 60K at this point because this shoulder has failed. So I guess short-term wise, we should see us go down to 60K. Again, just my opinion. If it happens, great. If it doesn't, it is what it is. I'm literally just buying spot every week. I'm not really worried about trading some of these very odd-looking patterns and moves. If it was super clean, super symmetrical, I'd say yes. But in all my years of trading, focusing money in on spot just made exponentially larger gains. Especially when you can buy, if you have a couple $100,000 of buying power. But yeah, Dorian, the market's been boring as shit. That's why I didn't live stream at all last week. Like even your hourly charts, like this is all boring. Like all of this. Yes, it's going up, but it's all choppy. Like this whole stretch is just terrible. There's no clear like hourly system right now. It's just been ass. Everything's getting chopped up. Take a look at Bitcoin dominance. I mean, same thing, like nothing's happening. Ethereum has been slightly trending up better than Bitcoin. That's interesting. And usually what starts off the bull market is Ethereum doing better than Bitcoin. I mean, honestly, guys, if Ethereum does do better than Bitcoin, excellent. Wouldn't be shocked. This could be a giant bull flag, but I'm just still not interested. Not a bad spot to buy if you are a Ethereum bull. That is just so ass. We're back in the range. Guys, I was buying this range. What was this, like 3-4 years ago? Selling, like, I think I sold some here, like a little here. Like, obviously, I'm not going to claim that I sold the top, but I sold bits and pieces higher, but it just never did anything. Giant head and shoulders that pushed us down. Pretty crazy. Look, maybe alts will do well, but there's too many of them now, in my opinion. Way too many. That's pretty much it. I mean, like I said, we haven't really had anything that's been new. This is more just a general reminder of, look, I've been buying every week. I've been posting those buys every single week. And, it's not to flex. It's not to show that I'm better. It's literally just to show that, look, I'm going to prove to you guys that this is my third bear market that I've dollar cost average in. The last bear market was my best. The one, actually the COVID one was percentage wise the best. Last one was the most money, least lower percentage. Obviously, Bitcoin didn't go up to 2,000%. But my point is, I'm trying to prove that you can make money by not putting in, 12 hours a day staring at a chart, doing all this stupid shit. You'll pay less in taxes. You'll probably make more money. And that's not to say you can't like paper trade at the same time. But if you're like a new trader and you want to make money in this market, this is a great strategy because we're in the middle of a bear market, right? Middle of the bear market. You have an opportunity to buy low, and then you can paper trade and test multiple systems, and then you're not risking money, right? Or you can walk away making money. So again, the whole point of this is every single week I'm going to post the exact buy, when it was, when it this, that, and the other thing. And I'll show you guys the performance at the end when I sell. Obviously, like I think my average is like 63K. So we're barely up. Might even be closer to 64K because the last couple buys have been between 65 and 64. But it's a strategy that works. And hopefully you can learn something from it, that just staying disciplined to a simple strategy can yield, high results. But other than that, guys, I really don't have much to cover. We have not had much happening. I guess really the point of today was just discussing that I think our current inverted head and shoulders has failed. The only way that it would work is if we get to 60K and maybe get a more symmetrical right shoulder. Other than that, we're just kind of ranging. And it's been extremely boring. You've had low volume, nothing's happened. It's been extremely boring. So, hopefully something happens soon. But guys, in the meantime, I wouldn't say don't keep an eye on Bitcoin. It's boring. I'd say check once a day, check for 15 minutes. You don't need to be staring at a chart for 5 hours. There's legitimately nothing happening. Look at since August 3rd. Yes, price has directionally gone up, but this is a bunch of bullshit chop that all got taken back in one day. So again, grand scheme of things, we are legitimately doing nothing. This stretches back to July 7th. This is all one giant crappy range that we've been between 61.6 and 67. Yeah, some of these moves, if you've caught them, great, but it's all just a bunch of chop. There has not been a significant move that, like, missing all this, I'm not worried about. If we went from 61 to 90 grand, then yeah, that's one that you'd want to catch. With all that said, guys, if you want to talk or ask questions, join Discord. It's free. There's a link in my X bio. Other than that, guys, always remember, be patient, users management. Good luck trading.